Hey everybody, DJ Cutman here. I'm here with the very first VideoGameDJ.com interview, and I'm here with none other than Ninja Brian of Ninja Sex Party. Brian, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited. I have this first question. You can tell it's my first interview. Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you? What do you do? Yeah.
Well, do you want the in-character bio or the out-of-character bio?
I definitely need to know the in-character first to build this foundation.
Cool. Well, well, of course, if I were fully in character, I wouldn't even be talking.
You'd just be flipping me off, right, and giving me death
hard,
stares,
super hard. And then I just appear behind you and murder you. What's Ninja Brian's bio? He's a ninja that plays the piano. That's basically it. We don't have much of a backstory for him. He just he exists. He always has. I believe Ninja Brian's immortal.
So he's an immortal piano-playing ninja.
Yeah.
From this earth? Is
his official birthplace is in, at least one of our videos is listed as Tokyo, New Jersey.
Oh, so, the great Tokyo, New Jersey. You're right. That's just south of Trenton, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. The city that lights and halls the world.
Well, awesome. So tell me a little bit about human Brian. We know that you have a PhD, but have you been playing music your whole life?
Yeah, pretty much since I was, first, second grade, somewhere around there. Started with piano, and then just kind of kept it going from there. It started in, when they sort of give you an instrument or make you choose an instrument in school. I picked sax whenever that was like 10-ish, fourth grade.
I picked saxophone too, actually. I still have my sax.
Yeah, me too. I for a long time, actually, up until about 10 years ago, sax was really my main instrument.
Really?
Yeah, all through college. Mainly, most of the performing I did was saxophone. I essentially didn't perform at all on piano, more or less from high school through when I graduated from college.
So do you think we can look forward to any kind of like ninja sax solos in the future? I mean, it is the sexiest instrument.
Well, let's just say we were talking about in the live shows that we'll be doing, although we don't have any dates, there might be some careless whispering.
Oh, I would love that. So you used to be a professor, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And what did you teach?
I taught I was a professor of theoretical physics. So I taught kind of just the standard, undergraduate and a little bit of graduate physics classes. But my research was in string theory and particle physics and supersymmetry, stuff like that.
That sounds very either important or difficult. I'm not sure which.
It's certainly not important.
It's not important? No?
Nah, I mean, it depends what you mean by important, but was my research ever gonna do anything for humanity? No, it was, it was theoretical, it has no practical consequences. It was kind of like, let's try to understand the universe better.
Oh, well, that sounds important. I mean, the quest for knowledge, that's a human thing.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
What made you switch from theoretical physics research and professoring to being Ninja Brian and being on Game Grumps too? It seems like a pretty big gear shift. What made you make that decision?
Well, it was because, so I've been doing NSP. Danny and I started NSP in 2009. Mm-hmm. And when I was doing, at the time, I was a postdoc at this place called the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton. Mm-hmm. And so I was living in suburban New Jersey, just outside New York, and going in, and Danny and I would do NSP in there. And essentially since 2009, my academic career was going on, then NSP was kind of ramping up. And roughly about a year ago, NSP was it started doing better and better, and it was just taking up so much time that I essentially had really 3 full-time jobs. I was a faculty member, so I had to do teaching and research. I had Ninja Sex Party, and I also I have a 21-month-old daughter. Oh. So I was kind of a parent, ninja, and a professor. And
that was just too much.
One of them had to give, essentially, and it wasn't going to be the parent thing.
Of course. And it certainly couldn't be the ninja. I mean,
well, right.
That's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah, exactly. And so, it was honestly just like, look, I got to make a decision.
Yeah.
At the time I was, 39 or whatever. And I was like, look, I'm going to have a big career change. It's kind of now or never. So I just kind of, made the leap. And when I made the leap, Grumps was likely to happen. And so that was another thing, it could get health insurance and that sort of thing. It's kind of like boring adult stuff.
You get health insurance from Game Grumps?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm an employee of Game Grumps.
That's awesome. That kind of shatters my whole view of how useful YouTube is.
Game Grumps is a company, it's Aaron's
absolutely.
company.
Yeah.
And we, it's sort of, we get employees with insurance and all that stuff. So it really is, yeah.
Well, you guys are absolutely prolific. I mean, there's still so many Game Grumps videos, 3 a day, right? I mean, that just blows my mind.
Yeah, dude, the schedule is nuts, and it's much more nuts for Aaron and Danny than it is for any of the rest of us, because those guys put up 2 a day, so their recording schedule is just insane.
Are they like recording, playing video games, and doing the commentary every single day?
No, because we need to free it up so that other people can record too. So they usually record 2 long days a week, and then the other days are left for me, Barry, Ross, Susie to record.
Cool. So what's your role in Ninja Sex Party? We know you play piano, we know you're a ninja, but are you writing? Are you producing? A little like column A and column B?
Well, I guess so I did basically the division in Ninja Sex Party is I handle all the instrumental stuff and Danny handles all the vocal stuff, and we're very collaborative. Mm-hmm. We can give each other lots of feedback on what we do, but I write and arrange all the instruments. In that sense, I'm producing, but I don't do any of the mixing or any of the mastering. That's all we have mixers and masters that we work with. We'll try to work with a few different people. But that's mainly what I do, is all the writing and arranging of instruments, and then Danny and I write the lyrics together.
Oh, awesome. So then what's the process for like starting a Ninja Sex Party song? Do you start with a drum loop, or do you have a concept like boners and you just run with it? Like how does it start?
It usually, it's almost always instrumentation, like the jam first. Uh-huh. So I try to mix it up, what instrument I start with every time, just to try to get different feels.
Cool. And are you producing on actual physical instruments, or are you producing with software? How do you do it?
It's all software. Usually I use Logic.
Oh, awesome.
So,
okay, cool.
Yep. So it's all tip in the past, it was all digital instruments. Now that we're working with Twerp, actually every NSP song for the foreseeable future is going to be live band stuff.
Right. And Tupperware Remix Party, and you guys just jumped on, you played a set together at MagFest. And this is a nice segue into your new album, Under the Covers, which is the first cover album, right, from Ninja Sex Party. And if I have my notes right, the name Under the Covers actually came from a YouTube comment. Is this correct?
I don't remember where it came. Danny might know that better than I do.
Yeah.
But I think it's something we had talked about before. Mm-hmm. I don't really remember where it came from. It was just once we were doing a cover album, it was just kind of it just felt like the right title.
Yeah, well, it's on brand. So tell me a little bit about what it was like working with cover songs as opposed to original music. Was it more of a challenge? Was it easier than writing your own songs?
It was definitely easier for me because, we only picked songs we liked. So it wasn't like the challenge of writing a song and hoping that people like it. It's like most of the songs we picked.
Everybody likes Take On Me.
Yeah, exactly. We put a few deeper cuts in there, like Madrigal by Rush.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great tune. And also, what's the other one that's sort of a deeper one? 2 more. The Burning Down by King's X and We Close Our Eyes by Oingo Boingo.
Oh, I love Oingo Boingo. I had like a period of my life where that's all I had listened to.
Oh, dude, me too. Absolutely.
Yeah. It just took over. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like Nothing to Fear is one of my favorite albums. I love it.
How come you have, it looks like from the track list, the only band you're repeating is Rush. Is Rush a favorite band of yours?
One of my favorites, but I think Danny's all-time favorite.
Oh, I see.
He's just a huge Rush fan, and we did actually. It's sort of the way the album came together because there are 2 tracks on the album that are just me and him, Last Unicorn and Madrigal.
Yeah.
So it's all digital instruments and voice. And then once we, started doing stuff with Twerp as well, it was stupid to not have them play Subdivisions because they're so awesome. It's Danny's all-time favorite Rush song, and we wanted to do it, and they we knew they'd totally kill it, which they did.
So what's it like working with a full band now, going from virtual instruments and controlling everything yourself to now having other players? Are you sending them reference tracks and they're building off of those? Or are you saying, hey, we need drums, bass line, and lead guitar, and we have these lyrics about boners? How does it work?
It was very different for the Under the Covers than it will be for NSP, or is for NSP. So with Under the Covers, we had a few things that we sent them as like, with King's X, I had actually done a totally digital arrangement for and just kind of sent that to them. But actually a bunch of them, we were just like, go nuts, you know, do what sounds fun, and then we'll give you notes on it. My approach largely to working with other musicians is just, you know, surround yourself with people you trust to be awesome, and then let them be awesome. I don't like to kind of micromanage.
Yeah.
But with NSP, so we just we're just about to film a new music video for an NSP track called "Eating Food in the Shower."
Nice.
Really highbrow stuff.
Yeah, I can tell.
And with that one, it was much more, I had an arrangement. I sent them the arrangement, which I just put together on Logic, and then they worked strongly based off that. So for the original stuff, it'll be definitely more, hey guys, here's, you know, what you should do, and then, you know, mess with it as you feel appropriate. But with the covers, they had a lot more free reign to kind of do what they wanted.
Then clarify for me, are you waiting to get their recordings basically to write to, or are you writing to little scratch tracks and saying, you know, hey, this is what we got, you know, fill it out, and then putting it all together in the studio?
So we send them essentially scratch tracks of everything with the instruments and the vocals. And so we're not waiting on them to write anything. We only send them completed songs.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, because otherwise I think it just sort of wastes time coming back and forth.
Yeah, totally. And everyone's busy.
So the challenge with them, of course, they live in Toronto and we live in LA. So unfortunately, we can't just get in the studio with them and, you know, jam and see what works.
Yeah.
So
I've been following Ninja Sex Party for years now. Back in the old day, there were cute little animated videos, you know, usually shot in one scene, one setting or another, or little animated stuff. Now it seems like the production quality is getting a lot higher on the NSP stuff. Do you think that with the rise of production quality, is it more fun or is it less fun to get these videos recorded?
It's definitely, you know, it's a little bit of both. On balance, it's way more fun.
Yeah.
Because now, you know, in the last few videos, actually we had a really, really big video we shot for, so we on the last NSP album on Attitude City, we had this 8.5, 9 minute thing, 6969, which was, you know, a little bit proggy, sort of, you know, kind of a story song sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And we did a like full week-long shoot at the YouTube space in LA last June. And that we had we actually had a crew, like we had people building sets and, you know, full on like a director, a DP, the full on crew of probably about 20 to 30 people.
Wow. And what was that like, working with such a big crew?
It was nuts. I mean, it was like, it's very educational because neither Danny nor I, you know, have ever worked with anything that large before. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it was interesting to be like, oh, well, so we worked with a producer who helped put everything together. The producer for that one was this guy, Jason Serrato, who's helped us produce a number of our videos now. And, you know, it's just like, okay, here's what you need. We're like, oh, we need that? You know, we need someone to do that? Huh, okay, that's interesting. You know, we really don't know what we're doing with that stuff. So we're relying on people who have the experience and kind of learning as we go, which has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The challenge is that it's just a lot more moving pieces and, you know, there's kind of just organizationally, it's a lot harder to get everything together. Like scheduling a week when 30 people can show up is not an easy task.
Yeah, definitely.
So from that, it's certainly not fun to, you know, have to figure out when everyone can show up, but actually getting on set and doing it, that's awesome.
Awesome. And did you find that YouTube or your producer or anybody who tried to take creative control over your project, or did they basically give you guys free reign to do your ideas and they were just helping you execute?
We have full creative control. So
That's
the
awesome.
Producer will, you know, offer suggestions like, you know, oh, well, maybe, you know, maybe a space orgy will be hard to film or that kind of thing, you know. Like it's, you know, obviously you sort of start from, we want everything and then kind of scale it back when you realize things are hard to do. But YouTube has, you know, it's entirely self-funded. So YouTube lets us use the space. Any channel with, I think it's over 10,000 subscribers can reserve a space there. I forget exactly what the rules are. Oh, yeah.
And this is in LA.
An amazing resource. This is in LA, but they have spaces in other places too. They have one in London. They have one in New York, I think one is coming to Toronto. Maybe they have one in Paris and Tokyo. There's like 5 or 6 cities around the world where they have these spaces.
That's awesome. What are they called?
Just YouTube Space LA is the one in LA. It's amazing. I mean, we were on like a full-on sound stage, like a big ass sound stage. It was incredible.
That's so awesome. And to go from, shooting videos in a classroom or in your bedroom to be able to play an actual set with a crew and a producer, I mean, that just sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, it feels like it's a real game changer. 69 in particular, it's the biggest thing we've ever done. We're still in the middle of doing post-production on it.
I was wondering, because I hadn't seen it, and I had listened to that ballad like so many times when I was working on my remix for Samurai Abstinence Patrol. Dude, I went through that album, like, it was just on repeat for days.
That's awesome, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you got to get it in.
By the way, I got to say that your Samurai Abstinence Patrol remix is amazing.
Thank you so much. I just finished it, actually, last night at like 11:30 at night, right before I went to bed. I played it at MagFest. You guys gave me the handoff at MagFest going from the twerp NSP show to the DJ battle. That was so awesome. And during playing my remix, as a little segue, I like got this idea for the final chorus. And I was like, well, I was going to release it like now. It was like waiting to upload at home. And I was like, no, I got to go and fix this last chorus. So it's really, really awesome. And and the ending is so much tighter now. And I don't think I would have gotten that if we didn't have that like back and forth stage little exchange. I don't know. It just
awesome.
It like sparked something. So
that's great, Joe. Well, I can't wait to hear the final version. So it's amazing you say it wasn't the final version, because I was like, this is amazing. It's just done.
Thanks. The draft of it came together in like an hour. It was awesome. And then I spent weeks going over the mix and going over the mix and going over the mix and downloading new plugins and going over the mix. And I'm really happy with it. And we're going to drop it with this interview. So if you're listening to the interview now, there'll be a link to check out my remix. And of course, Under the Covers drops this Friday, March 4th from Ninja Sex Party. Where are you going to be able to get it? Where do you want people to get it?
We like CD Baby, which is an amazing, independent music distributor here. Actually, we're in Portland right now signing CDs. So nice. We work closely with those guys. If you get it from CD Baby, you can do a physical CD or downloads, and they offer the option to do high quality downloads too, not just MP3s if you want a FLAC or something like that.
Were you guys doing pre-orders or anything like that on CDs?
Yep, we're doing pre-orders. So if you get it on or before March 4th, we'll sign the CD, and you also get a sweet poster of us lounging in a chair with fake tigers and shit around us. So
that's all I need. All I need.
It's pretty cool.
I got JR, who's transcribing this, saying he's pre-ordering the CD right now. So
awesome. Thank you, JR.
How many pre-orders did you get, if you don't mind me asking?
We don't really know.
Okay. So you're just signing with the hope that you're getting rid of them all.
Yeah, pretty much. That's great.
Well, that's pretty bold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they the short answer is, they're still rolling in, and we think we know, or we can project, but I don't want to say, because I don't want to, be too optimistic or whatever. So, but it's let's just say it's already more than I expected, and we're incredibly gratified. That people actually seem psyched about this album. Like when we put it out, we thought we were originally doing it. We were just like, no one's going to care. It's just, this is fun for us. Yeah. And people seem very stoked about it, which is amazing.
Well, that is so awesome. Brian, thank you so much for your time today. This has been an interview with Ninja Brian. I'm DJ Cutman. Be sure to check out the brand new album, Under the Covers, and check out the new NSP backing band, Tupperware Remix Party. Brian, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Bye.